Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Thalen here. Welcome back to another episode of the Cherry Vanilla server. We are going to finish our barn today, the remainder of the first tier of our barn, because we're still working on it. As you can see, I finished up quite a bit of work. We got finished off our lockers here, put in our doors, which lead to absolutely nowhere at the moment. But I put in our black rubber mats, which are actually made of carpet. Yes, I know. Oh, and I gotta fix this too. This is actually supposed to be 2 wide, not 3 wide, so I'll have to fix that. Oopsie. But anyways, I added in these. I gotta add in the water still for our little water thingy. Water cabinet box. I can't remember what it's called. Anyways, I added in coarse dirt here to make it look like a rough little mud-like kind of area. You know, in a barn, a lot of people think that in a barn or in a stall for horses, you have hay on the ground. That's not the case. That is not the case at all. Yes, you can have hay on the ground because that's the horses what they're eating off of, but really what it is, you grab hay, you throw it in the stall for them to eat, but they don't actually have it on the ground as something to walk on unless a farm is really poor, I guess. I don't know how to put it, because what we use is shavings. They're like little wood shavings. Normally you can buy little miniature wood shavings to go in a hamster cage or something like that. It's the same thing. They're just a little bit bigger and softer for our big giant 1,000-pound horses. Everything, we usually put that down on the ground and with the mud it mixes in, but not hay. So I'm not putting hay in. I'm not going to put hay in. It's going to be different than what a lot of people think. We added in their water bowl. I got to fill it up with water still. I kind of wish that in Minecraft the rain would fill up stuff like this automatically. That would be really awesome. No offense. We're going to have to keep an eye on our iron farm. I had found another one that spawned there. I think it has something to do with the glowstone. I think by having 2 blocks there, it feels like it's an empty spot, so they're spawning on that block there. So I'll have to, like, I don't know. I think I might fix that. Maybe that's the reason why. But it is working pretty darn good, considering. We'll come over here. And you can see we got, well, more than a stack and a half of iron already, which is pretty awesome. So, come back in here. You'll see that I have 2 sets of doors. The reason for that is because at our barn we have a door. Actually, I think it's the other way around. I think this is the one that's out here and that one's on the inside. Who cares? This one here is that when you come to the barn, and any time of the day, you just come in and be like, oh, you can see and go door and come through, just to let everyone know that you're coming in. Everything. That way you can kind of see. It brings in light. It's a welcoming door. And then when you're closing up at night, you shut that door. That's to say that it's closed, meaning no, don't go in the barn. But we're allowed to go in the barn whenever. So we'll close those. And did a little bit of work, added some windows. We got a white window over here. This is because this window at our barn, it's harder to see through, so our horses don't look through it and see a lot of things, but it brings in a little bit of light into the stall. Let's see, premium stall is what I think of it. So we're going to have to decorate this, but first we're going to finish off the barn itself. Still working on the design for it at the moment, but it's going to come all the way out here. And I think it should be... I can't seem to sprint and jump. It should reach right about here, and it should be fine. Like, that's plenty of room. Right around here. So it's going to go like this, come around, and it's going to attach to right here. And we're going to need dirt for that. Don't need the coarse dirt. Come around here. There's going to be a big doors right here, and there's going to be big doors over there. And in here is where we're going to store all of our big hay bales. And then we're going to have a ladder that comes up here, which I have ladders on me. And they're going to come up here, and it's going to be on a second floor. And there's going to be like little rooms that go along here, and then all up here is going to be more hay bales. So we're planning on making a lot of hay bales. So we're going to have to plant a lot of more wheat and getting it. Going to have to see. I think people are selling some in the store, so in spawn. Might have to go and take a look and buy some off people. I know that there's the little spawn shop or the little spawn farming plots, and they got wheat there. Did I not? There's some over here. And okay, there's some over there. Oop. All right, and ta-da! All right, so I'll have to make more hay blocks. Just keep that door open for now. Still need to add in a lot of the decorations, like I said, and add on all the little supplies, some stuff around here. Oh, you can hear it. You heard one. You can hear it. It's working. It's working. Ta-da! And there we go. Inside's a little sorter machine, so it sorts out between the poppies and the iron ingots, so I don't have to worry about sorting them myself. Way back in the day when I had my previous server, the Minecraft server, that was about 3 years ago, we shut it down. I did build a huge iron farm, and it worked super, super well. I ended up opening a store called the Iron Emporium, and people would buy iron for emeralds. And we tried to use emeralds and lapis as currency, but that was back before enchanting required lapis, so there was no real use for lapis other than decoration block. Same thing with emeralds, which, speaking of emeralds, they should go in my emerald chest, or my ender chest. This is cooking up some chicken, which is working pretty good. And you can see it working. So everything's going pretty well. We just got to finish up our barn design here. Still working on the roof design. But we'll go down and we'll start getting started on our actual, I don't even know what we call this, like hay wheat storage area. So we're just going to build this all the way across, and then we'll add in the door after. And we'll figure out how big we're going to make it. I think this is pretty good for the size. If we need to make it bigger, we will. Alright. Just keep doing that. And do we have any more? We do not. Ta-da! Alright. Let's go like this. And we are almost out of that. So we're going to have to chop down those trees, which I wanted to do last episode, but we didn't do. But we'll work with what we got. So that's a pretty good, decent size. We got to figure out how big we want to make the door. So it's got to be a big, giant door. So we're going to maybe do it like this. And that puts 1, 2, 3. Is that going to be big enough? Okay, let's make it nice and large. Okay, because I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this out and add in logs. Cut this side as well. I think the width is good. I like the width. Now it's just the height. How tall do we want it? Do we want it a little bit taller? We still got to figure out the roofing of our inside barn here. Because I think this is as high as it's going to be. Gotta work on that and see. Close that. Need to get up there. That doesn't help. Okay, let's just chop this for now so we can get up here. How do we feel about that? Maybe chop this out. Maybe do it like this. Because we still got to add lighting in here too. So we can't forget about that. How's that for ceiling height? Because in the barn and everything, our barn ceiling is pretty low. I think. Is that too low though? Is that too low? Or do we go with this, which is the same as what we had earlier? Or sorry, not that. Half slab taller, which is this. And then just for here, we'll just go like this. I kind of like that. I think that's a good height. It's a half slab taller than this, so we'll cut this out. So like I said, we still got to add in our lighting, so we got to make sure we have a way to light this place. I'm debating on redstone lamps or maybe even sea lanterns, because we haven't used any of those yet, and they are pretty nice. And they are lamps, so they do make some lighting. I'm just not sure how the blue will clash with the oak wood. We'll test it out. We'll chop all this out here. Okay, and now we need to make a lot more half slabs. So we'll just do that. There's 30 for now, and then we'll make sure that that's exactly what we want before we make any more. This needs to go in here still. And see, here's another issue, is that our logs. Actually, hold on. This might work. Okay, I'm gonna have to make an easier way of getting up and around. That so did not work. Okay, let's just do this. Put that away. Don't need that. I need these. Put that there. So that might work. And then do that. Okay, that still works. Because that's a stair. Okay, that works. That wasn't supposed to be there. This axe, man, I swear, I've had this since the very beginning, since day one. This was my first diamond axe, and it's still not broken yet. And I'm just waiting for it to break. Okay, so let's put these here, and we're already out. So go make more, because I really do like the half slabs. I think it's, whoops. Yeah, let's just do that. I think it works the best in this case. So let's just do this. Because it's a little bit taller, so it's not super short for a ceiling. Now the barn does have a short ceiling, but it's not that short. Like, it's not that short. Okay. Finish this. Darn you. Okay. Let's see how this looks once we finish it off. Just gonna do this little area just to make sure that we do like it. But I think it's what we're gonna go with. Oh yeah, for sure. For sure, that's definitely what I like. And then we'll have to figure out where we're going to put it, because we need to put a light in here somewhere. I need to put a couple lights in the center. Our barn is not overly well lit up, as well as I would like, but we can always do something about that in Minecraft. Beauty of Minecraft, you can build and create whatever you want. With the blocks provided, that is. Okay, so let's continue. That's already good, so we don't have to worry about that. Square these half slabs. Okay, so we will be right back after I finish the ceiling with half slabs, and we'll see what it looks like after we are finished that. Alrighty, we're back, guys. I finished off the roof and ceiling. I added in a bunch of redstone lamps. I did try the sea lanterns and they worked great. I decided to switch them up and do redstone lamps because I thought about making maybe a switch where I can turn on and off the lights, but I noticed when I was powering it, these kept turning like this. So I left them with the lights on for now and everything. I might take a look at some designs later to see what I could do about that. Everything, because this layer is all going to be covered anyways. Everything, so it's all going to be basically like this anyways, being covered. Not quite like that. I think we're doing a full block. So let's see, like this. I think we're going to be doing it like this. Oops, like that anyways. So it's all going to be covered and everything, making a pretty substantially high like ceiling. It's going to be like 3 blocks high. Just about. Oh well, I like it. So go in here. It's all set up. I did do some work as well in here. I finished off the feed bins. This is where we store our grain that we get the food. So this is where will be the horse apples and carrots and stuff like that, and wheat. This is just for show because that's where we would normally store all that food, everything, and this is what we'd actually feed them. Same thing with this stuff here, depending on how many horses we had. Just some shelving, but it looks nice. I like it. I think it's very well done. So this is basically what our barn looks like on the inside in real life. There's going to be a few more things going along here and on the walls, especially back here. Like I said, I want to build those. We need hay blocks or wheat blocks. So we'll have to get a bunch of those. I'm waiting on that to finish growing. But I got a bunch here that we got, and there we go. We got 2 of them. 2 so far. Not too bad. And go on over here, and these will go in the corner over here. So we'll just set these ones down like so, and we'll have to add in a bunch more. Oh, I used up all of my dark oak. We'll have to get some more because we got to build the Nelly. Now, if you don't know what the Nelly is, or a Nelly is basically a training thing that you use to train on vaulting onto a horse. Now, granted, it's also basically the same thing as a gymnastics thing. No, that's what I needed. Do I have ender pearls? Yes, I do. Can't go anywhere without my ender pearls. Just makes it easier to get around. And I have my Hermes slippers, which are protection 4, depth strider 3, feather falling 4, and mending, which are badass. Gene Simmons spandex, protection 4, unbreaking 3, mending. And then we got our dive, which I think I'm going to rename something. Fire protection 3, respiration 3, aqua affinity, and mending. So my helmet's not the best helmet and everything, but it helps when going into fire, especially if you're on an elytra and you're flying around, say, in the nether, and you drop into some lava. That gives you some added protection so you can, like, swing an ender pearl around somewhere. What was it doing? Oh, yeah, the Nelly. So I'm going to put the Nelly, I think, right here. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I wanted logs. It's a little bit big. It's not quite and everything what I had in mind, but it works. I think I was going to use logs, the oak logs. dark oak logs, that is. We got to put that there, because this is gonna, it's hard to tell, but basically this will act like a little thing that sticks out here, and you could set your saddle on it and everything. We don't really have anything that's like one of these that sticks out horizontal instead of vertical, so I'm going to use these instead. We got some that go on the wall over here. Oops. Okay, I have to make more. Some that go on there. But one thing I did want to make is, let's go ahead and make a few more. Is we have a garbage that is right around in this corner right here, and you know, sometimes you're always looking on what's a good thing to have for a garbage and everything like that. Some people put 4 doors to make a barrel, like these doors and stuff like that. And what I discovered is what makes a really nice garbage is just doing this and doing this. Oops, nope, no, not like that. Doesn't that look like a decent garbage can? I know some people use it like little planters. You put grass block in there and then grow something. I was like, but that's a fairly nice garbage. Actually, let's go unlock. And there. So now anyone can use this and everything. If they're over at my place, they can use that for a little garbage. Might put like maybe a chest at the bottom there and then a disposal. But it's coming around nicely. I might put in a light up here as well. That's pretty much it for that. Another thing I wanted to do real quick is I have to see if I have any iron bars over here. Do I have any iron bars? Yes, I do. Not too many, but I think that'll be fine for now. Sometimes you'll notice that in barns they have these things that are on the wall. They're little metal, like they're kind of triangular shaped, go like this instead of straight. But you put your hay in there and the horses eat out of it. I thought that was a really nifty thing when I first got into horses and stuff like that. So I'm going to make a few, or make a couple more, put one in each stall, everything. There's also another thing which I need to get. Yeah, I think I'm going to need lights in here. In this section. Let's just put that there for now so no mobs start spawning. There we go. Added a little extra light in there. Let's see if I have, well, I have cows. And let's go ahead and kill you and kill you. Can always breed these guys up later. Okay, I think that's enough. And then we need sticks. I already had a bunch of sticks on me, didn't need to make more. So go and get these. And do I want to use that or do I want to use that? Let's see if I have any more. Oh, I didn't know I had that. Yes, I do have more. Okay. So we'll make a couple of these, or a bunch of them, I guess. There we go. And head back over here. And we're going to put up some salt blocks. If you don't know what these are little blocks that they're called salt blocks, and horses like to lick them. They're like something for them to lick on. It makes them thirsty, I believe, as well. So I figured, why not put a bunch of these in, make it fairly realistic. Everything. Got some salt blocks going on. Put one in here as well. And that. Still trying to think of a way to make like a little like water bucket thing, whether it's like this, or a feeding trough or feeding bucket. Oops. Keep doing that. I think for something for them to feed out of. Because they're not much different than the water bowls, but we'll see. I'll think of a few other designs and ideas for that and everything. But this episode's getting a little bit long, so what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to end it here. The next episode, we're going to finish off this barn section over here. We're going to finish off making this door and finishing off all in here, and then we're going to go and get a bunch of wheat and wheat maker blocks. Fill this all up. We're also going to finish up over here. You can see the wall has been started out here. I had to cut that because I had to move this over, I think. Go ahead and just add this in real quick. But this is going to come over because this is going to be the run-in. Run-in is like a little shelter that the horses can go into to get away from the weather. If it's raining or if it's snowing, storming, or if it's just plainly hot and they want to get into the shade. It's also like a little shelter just in case they want to stay protected for whatever reason. So that's what's going to be on this side. So I'm going to have to clear out some more of this. I'm out of inventory space. That's what's going to be over on this side. I need food. I can never get enough food, I swear. But that's going to be it for this episode. We are going to work on this and over there on the next episode, finish it off. And then we're going to work on to the next floor and then work on the next floor. And then finally the roof. And it will finish it off by the final touches with decorations and stuff on the inside. I've already got a bunch designed and set up in my flat creative world. So that's going to be it again for this episode, guys. Thanks so much for watching. If you've enjoyed, leave a like. If you have any questions or comments, leave it in the comment section below. And we'll see you guys in the next episode of the Cherry Vanilla server. Thanks again. Take care. Bye-bye.